During afternoon classes, the long-haired girl comes back and sits down in her seat without a word. Again, no one seems to notice, or if they do, no one says anything. I want to ask Misha about it, but I don't want to be nosy. After school, Shizune and Misha quickly find me by the first floor lobby and latch onto me, covering each flank in case I might try to escape. Successfully renamed. I feel a little offended, but I'm been considering it. Nevertheless, I'm a bit disturbed that enough people made for a break for it in the past. I'm a bit disturbed that enough people have made a break for it in the past that they're on their guard. What's with the escort? This doesn't make me feel very comfortable. In fact, it makes me feel like a dangerous prisoner being transported to a cell. What's wrong, Hichan? Shizune does not speak any words. That's right, we're gonna play a game of Risk, remember? I don't know. Misha, this all seems a little sinister to me. I start thinking that when we sit down to play the game, they'll tie me down and torture me until I agree to join the student council. Well, that's highly unlikely, but still, for some reason, it seems like it would be so plausible. Getting to the student council room was as simple as turning 2 corners from where we started. That's it? This makes you guys being so on top of it seem a little silly. Shizune does not speak any words. That's not true, Hichan. Shichan says that when their life is threatened, people have shown the capability to pull off superhuman bursts of speed. Life is threatened? Her expression unchanging, Misha's silence suddenly amusingly as Shizune makes a baffling face and puts her hands behind her back, looking pleased of herself. I'm not gonna bother. Misha feigns deafness and hums cheerily. Stop that. I know you heard me. You have no excuses, unlike Shizune. Shizune opens the door to the student council room. It's very plain. It's a very plain, sparsely decorated room, although it is quite large, maybe even a little larger than a classroom. There's a big table in the center surrounded by chairs, and a smaller desk prominently placed in the back that I assume is Shizune's. There are a few regular desks and chairs stacked to one side as well. Extras, perhaps? Aside from the tables and chairs, the room doesn't have much else to offer. Just a couple of filing cabinets and bookshelves stacked with old school records and documents. Not much else, in fact, nothing else. This is a pretty bleak room. They could at least put a potted plant in here or something. But the most notable thing is this room doesn't have other people. Are we early? Shizune does not speak any words. No. What do you mean, no? Does it mean nobody else is coming today? Shizune does not speak any words. Yeah, that's right. Before I manage to ask why that's the case, Shizune claps her hands together very energetically. Hichan, let's play Risk. Come on, you promised, didn't you? You have to. Okay. Do you know the rules? We can explain it to you while we set everything up. While Misha's talking, Shizune takes out what looks like a board game from behind one of the filing cabinets and throws it on the table. Actually, this looks kind of interesting. Yes, we are. I'm pretty sure we will do the win route. After Misha spends a little too long for a liking running through the basics of a somewhat vague and confusing tutorial, Shizune cuts in and declares the game has started with a decisive motion, her arms slicing through the air. Shizune's aggressiveness is rubbing off on me, and I start feeling a bit more competitive than I intended to be when I agreed to this. Halfway into the game, while I ponder how to defend against Shizune's assault from two fronts, she breaks my concentration by drumming her fingers on the table to get my attention. Shizune does not speak any words. Shi-chan wants you to know that you are taking too long to make a move. Shi-chan also says that she'll let you keep Australia if you will agree to join the student council. I thought this was a game of no strings attached. The fact that she would dangle that over my head as an offer means that she knows I care about the outcome of the game. But anyway, no. Shizune does not speak any words. Shi-chan admires your fighting spirit and would be a benevolent dictator who will spare your people if you agree to join the student council. Laughing. Oh, thank you, whoever that was. Thank you for the follow-up. Unfortunately, I forgot to put this behind. Oops. Okay, it should be working. Alright. You're so competitive, Shizune. She seemed to take this as a compliment. I would expect the student council president to be a little more magnanimous. Magnanimous? She doesn't seem to know what the word means or how it's signed, so she pulls out a piece of paper and writes it for Shizune, who signs it back to Misha. Misha presses her index fingers against her temples as they're trying to physically imprint the word into her memory. Suddenly, Shizune bursts into a flurry of gestures. Misha looks daunted by the pace of her heated signing. Wait. Please slow down, Shi-chan. Shi-chan? Shi-chan says you're going to lose. Tell her I will crush her world empire of my rebellion. Okay. Those eyes of hers shine with childlike mischief. Hey, hi, hello, PSS, 56, alright, okay, you do it, say, alright, we will most likely be doing the ring now. She says that you have no chance if you keep playing like this. No, you won't. Okay, I don't remember this choice has any effect on the Rin, like, has any, so I'll let chat decide what move we take here, so I'll wait for the delay to catch up. Well, the chat can decide. Chat. Are we gonna get like a choice? Oh man. Chat pools. Alright, well, I guess I'll be making a choice then. It's a okay, whatever, I'll look this one. It's like the she's just trying to psych me out. Looking at the board again, I have a pretty good defense set up. I'm not going to wreck it doing something reckless. A few turns later, I lose the game anyway. Shizune adjusts her glasses victoriously and allows herself to tentatively pump a fist into the air in celebration. Shizune very pompously does not speak any words. Shi-chan, you lost when you allowed me to take North America. I mean, Shi-chan, not me. Getting control of North America is ambitious because it provides a 5 army bonus, but you can attack it from three fronts, so you must defend them all. Oh, hello, Pikachu. Oh, we're just playing some Katawa Shoujo here. I thought you had more guts. How disappointing. Ambition, Hichan. Your play needs to be more daring. Ambition. Ambition. I was really excited when you took South America. Well, then you switched to playing defensively just because you gained a small advantage. That's no good, Hichan. You didn't take enough risks, and when you did, you didn't follow through. That's terrible, Hichan. Damn. Damn, what's the hurt if I play too carefully? There's no need to rub it in my face. I wonder if you'd even be any good for the student council. What's this, reverse psychology? I guess I don't have to worry about joining it or not in that case. Giving up just like that? I expected more of you. Seriously, is Shizune trying to taunt me into joining the student council? Besides, I don't even want to join. It's only my second day. I can't make that kind of commitment. I haven't even taken a look at any of the other clubs yet. And these two, they're a little weird. Alright, let me go figure out how the hell you get to the Rin route. I haven't even taken a look at it. Alright, I read this. Fine, I'll consider joining the council, but I want to take a look at the clubs before I decide. Really, Hichan? You're not saying that just to make us feel better? Yeah, I'm just not sure what I want to do. Aww. Okay, Hichan, but we're not giving up so easily. You said maybe. There's still a chance you'll come around. Come on, we could really have fun. We could play more Risk, and maybe one day you could beat me, unless we graduate before that. That doesn't make me feel any less reluctant about joining, you know. Surely you're not that horrible at board games. Maybe we can play a game, you know, to give you a handicap. I might have said that just to make you feel better after all. Aw, that's cold, Hichan. I took a glance at the clock on the wall and really spent far too long playing Risk than I expected. Sorry, I think I have to go. I want to go to the library. It's not closed yet, is it? Shizune scratches her head and gestures at Misha. How hard can it be to determine whether the library is open? There's a clock right there on the wall. It should be, unless the librarian is absent. I think you're right, Shi-chan. We think the library is open. It's on the second floor. Can't miss it. Do you want us to show you where it is? No thanks, it's okay. See you tomorrow. Bye bye. One flight of stairs up and I run into problems. The second floor hallway is a carbon copy of the third floor one. White, of course, and plain, like only hallways can be. The problem is the library's whereabouts are not as easily determined as one would think. The classrooms are marked with signs stating which class they belong to, but then there's a plethora of other unmarked rooms. Is the library one of them, or is it just somewhere down the hallway? I bet on the latter and choose my direction at random. After I turn around the corner, an unmarked door draws my attention because it's not closed. It's not open either, though, just barely ajar, so that I can see when it's opening and nothing else. It would make sense for the library door to be invitingly open, while this one is not quite that. It's good enough. At the very least, it means someone's inside, and I can ask for directions, no matter how embarrassing that is. I gingerly push in the center of the door with my fingertips, every muscle in my arm ready to pull back at a moment's notice. The feeling of being an outsider at the school can't be shaken from my mind, so much so that I instinctively fear doing something wrong by entering. The door slowly creaks as if groaning from a deep sleep, though it's much easier to open than I anticipated. Leaning over and poking my head ever further inside to gain sight of the room as fast as possible, the meek "hello" on my lips is quickly snatched away. And this, no. This is not as I was expecting. I mindlessly let the door open to its full extent, taking in the sight of the solitary figure taking center stage in the otherwise abandoned room. The situation steals my voice, leaving me standing at the doorway staring at the beautiful girl. Evidently, having taken her time to assess the situation, the girl gently puts down her teacup and opens her eyes, but doesn't look at me. "Hello there, may I help you?" Staring directly in front of herself, the movements of her lips seem to break the silence rather than the words. However, it's the soft, measured voice that reminds me that she's being separate from the room itself. Not only is she like the tallest girl I've ever laid my eyes on, but even among the foreigners I've met, she's strikingly distinct. Hi. Sorry for intruding, I was just kind of lost. She takes a moment to formulate a response before speaking. Every action she takes feels as if it's a carefully choreographed beforehand. Care to take a seat? Unexpected, considering that I'm intruding on her. Thanks? I slowly step towards another seat opposite her, the girl resting the teacup and saucer on the wooden table in between. The way she doesn't track my movements of her head is telling that, and the slight cloudiness in her eyes must mean she's at least partially blind, like Kenji. Come to think of it, her voice doesn't have any detectable accent either. I guess she must be half Japanese. As I take my seat, her composure takes me slightly off guard. Her air of relaxed confidence makes the silence entirely comfortable. The calming atmosphere is so very different from the student council office. I take it you're a new student to Yamaku? Oh yes, I just transferred in yesterday. I get the distinct feeling my speech patterns don't match the formality of hers, accentuated by her restraining bow of greeting. One which I hasten to match before realizing the futility of the action. "I'm Lily Sato, pleased to meet you." Isao Nakai. She gives me a nod before gesturing roughly in the direction of her teacup. "Would you care for a drink?" "Sure." As much as it pains me, I can't keep step with her formality in the proceedings. She gives me a kind nod, taking the request in stride. Without another word, she steps off the chair and prepares a second cup of tea from a collection of supplies laid out among the shelf. A brush here, her left hand often lightly touching the side of whichever container she's pouring into. It seems to be a process she's followed dozens of times before. As I lean sideways to see around her back, she seems to use her long, dainty fingers to measure the right amount of water in the cup. It's one thing to see the different disabilities of the students in my class here, but it's quite another to see how everyone seems to adapt. Yes, I get it. Hanako is the best girl. Shizune and Misha have no problems working together to communicate to me, and Lily herself seems to have workarounds for problems I've never thought of. While I feel slightly guilty about her doing the work, she seems pleased to be following the correct process of the offer of preparing the drink. So, her soft voice brings me out of my silent observance. "Which room are you looking for? It's not often this classroom is visited after school." "The school library. Shizune and me, some classmates told me it was on this floor." She finishes pouring water into the teacup as she nods. A small metallic tapping coming from the teacup, indicating it's been stirred. I'm aware of Ms. Hakamichi, as are most students. To be with them, that means you're in class 3-3, no? That's right, in the science room with Muto. She gives a small giggle before setting down the teaspoon and slowly walking towards the table, teacup and saucer in hand. He's quite a character. I imagine you'll come to like him. Most do. As she sets down the tea, I gently take it and have a sip. I'm really more of a coffee person, but this seems rather like a bad moment to bring it up. Nonetheless, the smell's quite nice. I hardly think it'd be hard to choke down. Thanks, Sato. It tastes really nice. She smiles and quickly waves her hand in front of her face. Lily, please. There's no need to be so formal. She says this in spite of her exceedingly well-bred speech. Oh well. I guess I should try and ask her about herself, as it really does seem as if she's catering to me. So which class are you from? I imagine it's one of the third-year classes. Correct. I'm in class 3-2, which is on the 3rd floor, same as yours. It's taught by Miyagi, and is specifically for both blind and partially blind students. I see. Sorry. I feel like slapping myself in the face for the French term I'm not gonna bother to pronounce. Looking at her face, though, she doesn't seem in the least bit put off by it. My, there's no need to change your speech on my account. Ah, sure, sorry. I guess I'm really showing my newness here. An environment like this would be a big change, so I can't fault you for it. While the same can't be said for everyone, many have come to terms with their conditions. A category which would include her, it seems, all too ready to jump ship for this particular topic. I segue into another. You come in to drink tea often? It's really a nice place. Thinking on it, this might be your vision of the place beyond my school I like to have lunch at. I come here fairly often during lunch times. My duties as class representative don't leave enough time for an official club, so a friend and I use this room for having tea. Class representative, huh? Compared to Shizune, her mannerisms seem to be almost completely opposite. While Shizune's blunt and fiercely driven, Lily seems relaxed and calm, almost aloof. No, this is not the Lily route. This is just one of the introduction scenes they give to all of the girls. Come to think of it, she might be useful for a less biased view of the school's clubs. What kind of clubs are there to join? The more popular clubs are the track and field club, which uses the field near the school during lunchtimes, the baseball club, and the book club in a room near the library. There are also numerous small ones too, such as the art and music clubs. At a time when I just wanted to get on my feet, rushing into a club right away seems slightly unappealing. I wonder if this school shares the same rules as my old one. Is it compulsory to join a club? It isn't, though it is encouraged. Ah, good. That's a relief then. I've really let my guard down around this girl to let such a thing slip out. The fact seems to slightly... oh my god. The fact seems to slightly amuse her. Not wanting my tea to get cold, I finally start drinking it as Lily does the same. As I look over to the window over her shoulder, I notice the light coming into the room has a distinctly orange tint. Even here, time doesn't stand still. The time's gone quickly. Sorry? Right, she's blind. Of course she can't see the sun setting. It just looks like the sun's starting to set. It seems to come as a surprise for her. I guess she must have lost track of the time. Sorry, Hisao. I didn't mean to keep you from the library for so long. I quickly moved to allay her concern. Ah, no. It's okay. The library's still open, isn't it? She pauses and takes a moment to think on it. It's probably something I should have asked Shizune when I had the chance, but Lily seems likely to know in any case. True, it's open until 6:30 during weekdays. A quick glance at my watch confirms I have well enough time to get there. I might get going in that case. It's been nice talking with you, Lily. She smiles and gives a deep nod, her hands still neatly folded on the table in front of her. It was my pleasure. Oh, come to think of it, shall I show you to where the library is? I couldn't possibly ask for more help. I should be able to find it alright. Well, unless my navigational skills fail me, which they seem to have a habit of doing. It's alright. I was going to be talking to the librarian there in any case. I could introduce you. This gets better and better. It's pretty hard to deny her offer. If you're sure, that'd be great. Thanks. As she stands up to follow me, she takes hold of a straight retractable cane that has been slipped into the handle of her bag on the floor. Compared to the cane the boy in my class held, Lily's looks much thinner and longer. His must be for support, while Lily is for navigation. Together we leave the peaceful room and enter the empty hallway on the way to the library. Side by side, my pace carefully slowed to match hers. We slowly walk through the hallway. It doesn't take long for us to arrive at the door to the warm-looking room, apparently situated in the center of the floor rather than either wing. Ladies first. She gives an appreciative smile as a gesture, taking the lead as we file in. To the left is a wooden library cabinet, with the library proper being on its right. It easily dwarfs my old school library, with the distinct smell of old books, giving the place an almost old-world air. There don't seem to be a lot of students here, considering the time. It isn't a big surprise. Everyone is probably either in the school grounds or the dorms. Yuko, are you here? She says it to thin air since the librarian doesn't seem to be present. Of course, Lily can't see this. What's unexpected is that action. Something from under the counter thuds against it, followed by a quiet wail. Aww. The origin, apparently the librarian, quickly crawls out and bounces up to an extremely rigid attention. Hi Lily, how can I help you? Her voice is strained in a failing attempt to sound casual, and she's rubbing the back of her head. Good afternoon. What happened just now? I heard a strange sound. It's nothing, I just hit my head. See, I dropped an eraser under my desk, and while I was looking for it, a pencil dropped, and while I was looking for both of them, you came and surprised me. Are you alright? I'm sorry, I couldn't know. It's okay, sorry for making you worry. This is nothing, I've had worse happen to me. She's quick to reverse Lily's apologies, almost frantically trying to push aside the possibility that she could be in any way inconvenienced by bashing her head on the counter. Yes, worse things had happened. The girl fidgets through her fingers as Lily doesn't seem to drop her concerned expression. She shuffles some papers around on the counter for no reason. A little shorter than Lily, replete with glasses, freckles, and a very troubled look. She seems to fit a library perfectly. Ah, Lily, did you get my message? Message. Oh, the 2 imported books that arrived? Right, they finally came. I can't believe it took so long, but... Amidst her celebrations, partially for managing to change the topic, I'm sure, she notices me from the corner of her eye and freezes on the spot when she does. Oh no, I'm sorry for not noticing you before. Did you need to check out a book or return one? I'm sorry. The way she can quickly shift between moods is a little unsettling. He's with me, Yuko. This is Hisao, a new student. Hisao, this is Yuko, the school librarian. Pleased to meet you. Hisao, right, Hisao. Pleased to meet you too, Hisao. For a second, she visibly attempts to engrave the name in her mind so she won't forget. Yuko often arranges to import foreign books in Braille for me. Would you like to tell Hisao a little something about the library? Lily's innocent suggestion is met with an expression of abject terror. Please, Lily, I can't. I don't know what he could be interested in. This is too much responsibility. How it's any responsibility at all, I don't get. But her objection is so sincere, I don't doubt for a second she would rather disembowel herself on the spot than tell me where the light novels are. But... so, there are a lot of books in Braille here? I attempt to save the day by asking the first thing that pops into my head. It seems to work at least partially, as Yuko seems to, not exactly relax, but at least look slightly less tense. Well, I think about a third or a fourth of Yamaku's library is either in Braille or audio. Makes sense, given all the blind students that be here. If it's only that, how come this library is so big in the first place? Well, we get a lot of books regularly because the library is adequately endowed. That's probably why. I spend more money than books than my salary, and then I have to organize and shelve all of them. It's so troublesome, and they weigh so much. I wish I could quit this job. A very awkward silence follows this revelation of too much information. I'll go check the aisles then, if you don't mind. It's probably best for all of us if she doesn't keep talking to me. Very well. Meanwhile, Yuko, I would have those books if it's alright with you. My first impression was right. The library is surprisingly big. Ambling down the narrow aisles, I study the spines of books in random order, occasionally sliding one out to read the blurb, taking it with me if it looks good. In a few moments, I have a respectable stack of books in my arms. I guess I'll never be stuck for a choice in here. The normality of the library sinks in. Sure, there are large print and Braille books scattered throughout, but it is what it is, a library. It's as if the calm mood from the room I had tea with Lily in snuck with us in here, unless it was here to begin with. Something about that puts me to ease, just like before. I reach the end of the aisle and find a collection of desks set up for study or personal reading. Going a little further, though, I discover a nice quiet corner at the back. While the rest of the library has the odd student sitting at a desk, either reading or stealthily sleeping, the back is pretty much deserted. As I glance around, I see someone who I recognize sitting on one of the several beanbags. It's a dark-haired girl from my class, the one who snuck out of the classroom earlier. She's reading a book, keeping it close to her face, which makes her look like she's really into it. From the way she was acting today, I had pegged her as more of a delinquent than a bookworm. In fact, her mysterious disappearance in the class raised all sorts of whys in my head. Intrigue floats slowly but surely towards the surface, and before I know it, I'm walking towards the mysterious long-haired girl. And here's the Hanako introduction scene. I guess there's no harm in introducing myself, as it would of anyone else. She's a classmate, after all. Walking over to another beanbag, I take a seat and lay my books beside it. The girl starts, looking up, scaredly up at me from underneath the fringe. This is the first time I've seen her at close. Underneath her long, dense bangs, I can see that part of her face, at least a third, if not half, is pretty badly scarred. My eyes are immediately drawn to the scars, subconsciously peeking past her hair until they meet with her own eyes. Okay? No, it's very hard to continuously talk for such long periods of time, okay? For a second, I am shocked and divert my eyes to the book in her hands before I realize that I'm looking away makes it even worse. It takes too many seconds to collect myself. And I remember what I had walked up to her for. Oh man, a choice. I'm not sure. Basically, the thing with the Rin route though, like, the way you get to the Rin route is by, not doing anything. It's by, like, not getting enough points of, like, the other girls you end up with the Rin route. You already got one Hanako. What choices are relevant that we have? The library. Oh, hey. Hello, Chromon. Welcome to the stream. I'm currently researching how the hell we get to the Rin route, because that seems to be what the chat wants to do. Oh man, alright. I think I'm just gonna go for this one for now. Sorry, I didn't mean to startle you. It's okay. The girl certainly doesn't look like it's okay, but I let it slide. So, do you mind if I sit here? She seems to be very uncertain whether it's okay or not for me to sit, but finally she nods, just a little. Yeah, so... You'd think a burned grill, well, I don't know. You know, grills are pretty good for making burgers and, like, chicken, you know, fillets, you know, like, kebabs, you know. Grills are pretty, versatile cooking utensils. I take the seat next to her, and she hides herself behind her books. Life of Pi. Never heard of it. So, sorry again for startling you. I'm Hisao. She looks up from her book, stalling a little before replying. I know. We are in the same class. Her speech is stilted and so quiet that it's barely audible even in the still library. Somehow, I think that my delinquent impression of her was wrong. Hanako. I'm Hanako. Oh, Hanako. I resist the urge to say, that's a nice name, just as something to say, but really it's the only thing I can think of. I feel like an idiot. Everyone here must be used to being so different to each other. And here I am being bothered and fussed about that kind of thing. Don't let me interrupt your reading. I'll just check these books if you don't mind. She nods a little and sighs a little sigh of relief. So I try to read the covers and introductions of the books I picked up, and she buries her face in her book. Uncomfortable silence consumes us. My eyes still wander in her direction. I sneak peeks at her flowing hair and the scars it's hiding. After a while, I realize she's doing the same, and only pretending to be so immersed in Life of Pi. Her gaze is not inquisitive at all, her gaze is not inquisitive at all, though. It darts around like a scared rabbit. When our gazes finally meet, the chain reaction is unstoppable. She stands up forcefully from the beanbag and takes a deep breath. I've got to go do something. Do something. Oh, okay. Okay, that was kind of awful. Without warning, Hanako takes off and runs towards the counter. Her hair-like takeoff catches me so off guard that I don't manage to go after her until she has had a good head start. By the time I reach the counter, she is nowhere to be seen. Lily and Yuko are happily chatting away. Knowing that I won't be able to catch Hanako myself, I approach the girls. Hey, did you see or notice a girl run past here? Maybe. What does she look like? Long, dark hair, kinda shy. She had, well, some scars on her face. You wouldn't be talking about Hanako, would you? Yeah, that's her. I saw her reading. I tried to talk to her, but I think I scared her off or something. Oh dear, Yuko. Would you excuse me? I'd better try and find her. Sure, I'll just hold on to these until you come back. What's going on? I'm sorry, but I'll have to explain it to you some other time. Right, I'll see you later then. Lily hastily grabs her cane and hurries out of the library, leaving me alone with Yuko. I don't think I'll ever get the hang of this place. Did I do something wrong? What did you do? Nothing. I was just looking for some books, and she got this fit and ran off. The most offending thing I can think of was that I might have looked in her general direction a few times. Well, she is a very timid girl. You have to be very careful around her. She can be very jumpy, I think, and she's not accustomed to talking with other people. Isn't that a bit strange? I wonder. It's just how she is, I think. Yuko doesn't sound all that convincing. Then again, maybe this is just the norm around here. Everyone has their own problems, or else they wouldn't be here. But how do I deal with all these people? Forcing myself to act overly casual only makes me feel phony. Like I was supposed to be ignoring the elephant in the room. Yuko fidgets, looking like she wants to say something, but resists it. I think it's only an elephant if you feel that way. I guess she doesn't have a good sense of self-restraint. It makes me smile, and she blushes heavily. What? Did that sound stupid? No, it sounded really wise. I guess you're right. It's more about me than anyone else. Neither of us has anything to add, so Yuko fills the silence by shuffling some papers around. People who have papers in their desks really like doing that. Did you find any books? I should be closing soon. I mean, this library should be closing. But I have to do it. I hope that it's not too inconvenient for you. Oh yeah, I want some books, but I left them over there because I'll just go get them. I fetched my sack of books from the beanbags where Hanako and I were sitting, and returned to the counter. Yes, so it would be a fair assessment to say that. Oh, that Hanako is a very, very big introvert. Welcome back, PSS 56. You did miss the Lily and Hanako introduction scenes. But aside from that, there hasn't been that much. Wow, you read a lot, don't you? I surprised myself with that too, honestly. At least when I really think about it. I had a lot of free time earlier this year, so I kind of started reading books to fill that time. I couldn't do much else. I see. But she doesn't say anything else, and just checks out my books for me. Are you doing Hanako? Yeah, I am doing Rin. Yeah, I'm doing Rin. Okay, let me check the straw pool. I'm probably doing Rin. Yeah, I'm doing Rin. I guess this is what they call tact. Holding the library books with one arm, I trawl my pocket for the key to the door. A sudden sound from behind startles me, making me nearly drop the books I'm carrying, or the key that I've almost managed to get into the lock. Who is it? Oh man, it's best girl. It's best girl Kenji. I turn around to see who is talking to me. It's Kenji. He seems to be in a friendly mood, although the light glinting off his glasses in the dark gives him a sinister look. It's just me. This makes him pause and lick his lips nervously. Who is me? I don't know anyone called me. Are you some new guy again? His voice is suddenly strained and quick. Yes, but we've met before, yesterday. I don't think so. I remember someone who I met only yesterday. When was that? What day is it today? I mean, Kenji. Tinfoil hats, feminist conspiracies. I tried to ignore him. Is he joking or what? Prove that we've met before. You live across the hall. You're Kenji. Kenji jumps back, his eyes filled with an uncomprehending fear. How did you know my name? Damn, this could mean one of two things. Either we have met and you're telling the truth and I just can't remember it, or you're a spy. He pauses. A psychic spy. His eyes dart around me, trying to peek into my room, although it's hard to believe he can see anything through those thick glasses. His mood swung from friendly to maniac in less than a minute. I'm not psychic. How do I know that? I'm not a mind reader. Kenji points a finger in my face, damningly. Unlike you! Stop that, man. We met yesterday. What's wrong with you? I live in this room. Oh my god, Kenji, I think he's the most entertaining character in this entire game. Lies! If you think you can pass as Hisao because I'm legally blind, you are sorely mistaken. You don't even look like him, the resemblance is real slim. Maybe at a distance, but who do you think you're kidding? I want to grab him by the shoulders, exasperated. I'm gonna rub my eyes and let out a heavy sigh. Stay there. Kenji comes closer, one careful step at a time. I stay still, lest he assault me physically, although I doubt he could do much damage even if he did. Oh wait, I see how it is. Damn, it really is you. Sighing again, and then once again for good measure, I step backwards just in case. What's up, man? You don't look too good, I think. Something wrong? I don't know, just had something stupid happen to me. A few stupid things, actually. Even if you discount this one. I can't get a proper touch on the people here, and I have no idea if it's because of me or because of them. I don't know why I intend this to Kenji. It's not like we've had any contact either. That's rough, dude. Yeah, I'm sorry about calling you a psychic spy and all, but you could never be too careful. It's the hard reality we live in. I'm slowly starting to think that Kenji isn't necessarily living in the same reality as the rest of us. You see, this is how it is in this world. There's no justice, you see. Even when I lose, I win, because I don't lose the lesson. What does that even mean? It doesn't matter. He dismisses it flatly with a wave of his hand. So what happened? Why the long face? Do you have a long face? It's nothing. I just scared some girl off accidentally. Literally, too. She actually ran away from me. What's my fault, really? I think I am not really used to all this yet. A girl? A cute one? Cute. That's a hard question. She had a nice body and really beautiful hair, but the face. I guess it could go either way. Alright, so clearly this is a Hanako flag, this is a not Hanako flag. Okay, basically, to get to the Rin's route, you... No, say it. Say she's cute. Alright. Yeah, cute, I guess. I knew it! There are a lot of cute girls around here, a certain disproportionate amount. I believe this is one of the dark secrets of this school. I tried to warn you, man, but did you listen? I don't remember any such warning. Dark secrets? Yes, dark secrets. Extremely dark, like a dark hole. A black hole, excuse me. If you notice, the number of girls in this school is slightly, but significantly higher than the number of boys. It's like 60-40. He turns his head to the left and stares off into the distance at nothing. Why is it like this? I mean, to the untrained eye, it seemed to be that bad, but that's a full 20%. One would think that a school with such a huge pool of women would be a man's dream, but no. Oh. If you say cute, it goes to Hanako's. Oh, what? Okay. Oh. Well, I guess I can just redo this to get to redo this for and redo up to the point. See how I should probably experiment to see what choices we can take that'll lead us to the Rin route for tomorrow's stream. I don't know where this is going, but I think I won't be missing much by cutting out now. No, I am not ready. I only get as far as turning the doorknob before Kenji starts talking again, showing me that he doesn't really care if my mind is blown or not. I believe that this school is a battleground, the site of a feminist infiltration. The disparity in the number of men to women is a clear sign of how far they've come. In this case, the cold war turns hot. They will have superiority in numbers. Just another skirmish in the eternal war against the forces of the feminists. They're everywhere. In Japan, women outnumber men. It's at a 60-40 split. Only a matter of time, man. Even in America, the women are a majority by a hair. They're building up their numbers. In the past, the buildup of a military has always been the clearest sign of an imminent war. Yes, PSS 56. I will do that from now on. Saving is pretty good. Japan is just the first step. Our economy is badass, and the country itself is small and isolated, yet huge part of the Pacific in terms of political value. The perfect target. They are so cunning, as expected of women. Soon, the day will come when... Kenji's voice trails off ominously. That's why you can't trust them. They'll string you along, then kill you. Just as they killed me, you'll end up just like me. Oh, hell no. I can't stop myself from blurting it out. Hey, what the hell does that mean? You said it, not me. It's the best I can think of. So, you're not supposed to say something like that. Damn, so rude. Where was I? Oh yeah, vast feminist conspiracy. Oh my god, I love this guy. Stop it, stop. I lost you way back there somewhere on feminist infiltration. Too hard to follow. That's cool. I have some graphs and stuff in my room and puppets. You like puppets? No puppets. You don't like puppets, okay. Graphs are still cool though, right? He speaks I'm sorry, excuse me. He speaks energetically, responding almost before I'm done talking, moving his hands in an animated way as he continues to rant on. This is too strange. I had him pegged as relatively normal, but it's clear that I was wrong. Something on your mind, dude? Just thinking about what it's like to be the last sane man in an insane world. Kenji frowns, looking deeply upset. You mean, that's you? That can't be it, because I'm the last sane man in an insane world. That's my dream. You can't just steal a man's dream. What the hell? There can't be two last sane men. It would invalidate the whole last part. And that part is kind of important. There could only be like one. In that foreign movie where there could only be one. And in the end there's only one dude left, because that's the point. I've never seen anyone talk so heatedly and defensively about absolutely nothing before. Anyway, if you wait here, I can go get my graphs. I also have a list of other dark and complex conspiracies that this school holds, as tangled as it is. Quick, finish my analogy for me. Be a pal. I'm going to bed now. It's extremely late. That doesn't sound like an analogy, but whatever. I like you. You seem like a cool dude. Most people don't understand what I'm talking about when I try to explain the vast feminist conspiracy to them. Denial is a terrible thing. I mean, puppets? I don't know. Puppets? I guess puppets are pretty cool. Later. He claps me on the back, then vanishes into his room so quickly and quietly, it's like he didn't even open the door, but instead walked right through it like a ghost. I don't know if I can fully digest what just happened, so I give up and go to my room, kicking off my shoes, before falling face first into bed. It takes me some time to relax and get up so I can get started on homework. It's because the sheets are so cool and comforting against my cheeks, and it feels so good just lying there with my eyes closed. This school is like some kind of bizarre and surreal island. It's located on the top of a mountain, and each person is stranger than the last. I just can't seem to fit in. What irony. One would think that fitting in a place that's made for people who are unfit for anywhere else would be easy. Maybe I'm trying too hard. Although I say that, it doesn't help take the edge off, and the words are less echoing off my empty walls. I guess it's not as bad as I expected, though. This place is more of a school, and less a hospital pretending it's a school than I thought it would be. If nothing else, the scenery is beautiful. I open one eye, seeing the school books and bottles of pills arranged side by side on my desktop. Hey, if you would like to do Hanako story, feel free. It's your stream. I don't know. I, I I'd probably end up just doing Hanako's like on my own time by myself. Like, oh, Rin. Oh, I mean, I'm still really not sure how they get to the Rin's route because all these choices don't actually have Rin flags, though. And it tells me that Rin route is like it splinters off of like the Lily route or something. I don't know. I open one eye, seeing the school books and bottles of pills arranged side by side on my desktop. Maybe this place is too much like a normal school after all. I feel very tired this morning, probably because yesterday itself was a very tiring day. On top of that, I woke up far earlier than necessary. I just saying hi to Shizune and Misha. I start doing the work as instructed from the board. It already looks like today is going to be heavy. I don't have a problem with that now, though. Misha and Shizune might jump on me. Right, jump on me trying to get an answer about whether or not I decided to join the student council, even if it's just one day. I wouldn't put it past them to try. I don't have an answer for them if they do, so the situation is convenient for me. Oh, welcome back, Chromon. Uh, about 10 minutes into class, Hanako walks in and takes a seat, but no one looks at her. The teacher doesn't even comment on her lateness. He does, however, stop us to say that we're going to break into groups again. I turn my head to see that Shizune and Misha are looking at me. Shizune gives me a smile that is equal parts cute and menacing. This is a smile that says, "We have you now, there is no escape." Hee-chan, it looks like we're together again, yay! Misha leans sideways while Shizune pushes her desk closer to mine. There is really no escape now unless I were to jump through the window. You bump into Amy, you choose the choice of Kenji, then Hanako is not. Oh man. Well, I guess it looks like I'll probably have to replay this between streams tomorrow. Before the stream tomorrow, we're probably gonna have to redo this choice. Misha leans sideways so Shizune pushes her desk closer to mine. There is really no escape now, unless I were to jump through the window. Jumping out the window isn't the best option, sadly. Dot, dot, dot. What's wrong, Hee-chan? Oh, Hee-chan, have you been thinking about what we said yesterday? Yesterday, you said that you would think about joining the student council, didn't you? It's okay, Hee-chan. We weren't talking about it after you left. It would be rude to expect you to already have an answer for us this early, right? Right? Insert laughing here. I am so happy you two are able to have a laugh at my expense, and even more pleased that you both know how crazy the two of you can be. Now that that's over, Shizune snaps back into serious mode and smacks today's assignment with the back of her hand in an overly dramatic and important way. When I actually look at this stuff, it's mostly just reading. In fact, there are only two problems. I almost want to say something about her rush to get started seems a bit much, considering the small amount of work here. In fact, Shizune probably knows how little there is and simply doesn't care. Yeah, it seems like the workload doesn't matter to her as much as the fact that there is work. The actual amount is unimportant. She approaches everything with the same level of ambition. While I'm reading... Oh, that's a very valuable insight, Doomda. Maybe you'll very stylishly land when you jump out the window, and you'll gain credibility and popularity among your peers or something. I don't know. While I'm reading, I let my eyes wander around the room and catch Hanako trying her hand at solving the problems. It looks like she's working alone. I can't remember seeing her work with other people before. Thinking back to how shy she is, it's understandable. Hey, that girl over there. Who? Hee-chan? Her, Hanako, over there. Does she always work alone? I think so, Hee-chan. Do you feel sorry for her because she's alone? I was just thinking that maybe she could work with us or something. No, I don't think that'd be a good idea, Hee-chan. Why not? Shi-chan wouldn't get along with her. Why? Misha shuffles around the question, letting out a laugh that sounds very strange. It's nervous, but shows that lifting up and down quality present in everything she says. Just because, Hee-chan. By now, Shizune has noticed our conversation, and it makes me realize again how Misha has been signing everything she has been saying this whole time. What, Shi-chan? The friend of my enemy is my enemy? That sounds so harsh. I'm not gonna say that. You said it anyway. I know, Hee-chan. It's fine if you overhear. I wonder if this is Misha's way of keeping things fair, since without her, I wouldn't be able to understand a thing Shizune is saying, and vice versa. Is it also why she's silent all the time, so there's never a conversation Shizune will be left out of? Anyway, we should start working on the problems now, Hee-chan. Yes. As long as we do a barrel roll, everything will be okay. We finished with time to spare, and I decided to ask if there are any alternatives to the cafeteria, as frankly, the food so far has been subpar. This sent Shizune and Misha arguing among themselves about their favorite restaurants. All of them are downtown, so I don't think we have time to go all the way. And what about the bill? Are they arguing just for the fun of it? Maybe. They seem so distracted by it, I don't even notice the start of the actual lunch break. I look over my shoulder towards the back of the classroom. She seems to be studying her notes from the previous class. It's an odd sight. Everyone else in the class is busying themselves at the lunch break. Socializing, gossiping, rearranging desks. The one with actual box lunches mixed in, chattering like everyone else, only interrupted by short bouts of eating. But when I watch Hanako, it feels like I'm the only one who can see her, almost as if she was invisible, sort of hiding in plain sight. Is she being bullied? Is she isolating herself from the rest of the class on her own accord? I see her look over her shoulder to the classroom's rear door. Come to think of it, she hasn't turned a page since I started watching her. I guess she's waiting for someone. What to do? Oh man. Choices. So I'm assuming if you want to get Rin's route, we don't talk to her. Yes, I am going to assume that if we want Rin's route, we do not talk to her. I am going to save here for good measure, though. I do what I always do when I don't know what to do. Like now. I've already started on one of the books I borrowed yesterday and took it with me to the school to fill the empty moments between classes. I find the page that I creased, a corner of it to mark the spot I left yesterday night, and pick up from there. Misha and Shizune are still arguing heatedly, probably about the restaurant still. If I joined them, I'd get caught up in that, or worse, get grilled about joining the student council. Misha isn't speaking aloud since there's nobody that needs to hear what they're talking about. Well, I was gonna say YOLO, but when you have like that's like save files are the only way you can like efficiently 100% these games because of all the choices. I find it hard to focus on the book, and besides, the lunch break beckons me to leave the dullness of the classroom. I do so, heading down for the cafeteria. I don't know. I'm using this, according to this, I'm using this guide. Misha and Shizune have come to a conclusion of one kind or another, following my wake, though still talking in their animated fashion. Just around the corner of the hallway, something hits me in the chest with the force of a runaway train. Ouch. Opening my eyes, I see a pair of saucer-like green eyes looking up at me. They belong to the perpetrator, a short girl who bumped into me and has now fallen down into the hallway. Yes, I tried playing Awakening on a lunatic. And, yeah, there was a lot of save resetting in those first two latches for skill rolls. Oh, man. Oh. Frederick Ambling Awakening. She wears a PE uniform and a very worried frown. The former strikes me as a rather strange thing to have on during a lunch break. More striking than that, though, is that she doesn't have legs. Or she does, but they're not flesh and bone. Her pale and very much flesh and bone thighs and shins and feet made of some black, metallic, or plastic-like material. They look disturbingly artificial and unnatural. It almost makes me forget that my chest is hurting. The girl winces a little, rubs her nose, and jumps up. Oh man, hey, are you alright? I'm sorry about that, really. I wasn't looking where I was going, and you just came out of nowhere. Sorry. She's looking really apologetic in the hurt puppy way of looking apologetic. I completely forget about being angry or anything, since hurt puppies are my weak spot. It's okay, don't worry about them. Oh, ouch. Oh man, the heart. Oh man, this damn heart condition. I say that, but there's a stinging pain going in my chest, and I know that this is the biggest possible danger for my condition. Don't overexert yourself, don't forget your medication, and most of all, don't get hit in the chest. Okay, I actually don't remember how Rin's theme goes. I remember there's only I did Shizune's route, and the only time the only time she shows up in Shizune's route is that one scene in the beginning when they introduce all the girls individually. I try to rub my solar plexus to chase the pain away, holding my breath in an attempt to hear my heartbeat. Oh man. It seems normal. Hey, should I get a nurse? The weird high-pitched voice of the girl snaps me out of it. I stare at her for a few seconds, dumbfounded. I realized I probably looked worse off than I really was, doubled over myself, looking so tense. Damn, I'm overly worried about my heart. No need, I'm fine. Managing to say something in response, I pull myself upright, feeling my sore ribs one last time, take a deep breath. She just knocked the wind out of me, big deal, there's nothing more than that. You sure you're okay? I hit you pretty hard. It's okay, I said it was fine, and there's nothing broken, no harm done. That's good, choose the heart attack route. I mean, I don't think we can do both the Rin's route and end up dead in the same, in the same thing. That's good, I put a hand over my shoulder at the same time. Oh, crap. Wait, what? I feel a oh, whatever, okay. That's weird. Eep. I don't have time to look behind me because Shizune is already shoving me aside and stomping over to the girl, signing furiously at her. And I know it's kind of important to have your heart functioning, it's kind of essential to living. Miss Ibarazaki, I saw that. Running in the halls is strictly forbidden. Misha translated, running at Shizune's tail, but her voice is girlishly playful, not full of the divine fury Shizune's arm movements would call for. Sorry, I was just gonna go get some stuff, and I was kind of in a hurry. You've been told this 1,000 times before. Your reckless behavior endangers other students. And even worse, it's explicitly against the school's regulations. The girl blushes and starts to fidget nervously like a child caught misbehaving. It's so cute that I find myself smiling. Oh. Well then. Well, that's something. Oh man, I'm looking at Rin's route seems to have a lot of choices. I know that. I was just make sure this will not happen again. Although I'm sure I'm telling you this is futile and only causes me further headache when you choose to ignore the regulations. Got that, Amy? This small girl sticks her tongue out in response. Ah, I gotta go. Teacher will have my head. I promised I would printouts. I went running instead. Sorry, I gotta change and everything. Before Misha and I could say anything, she's already bolted from where she was a second ago, almost halfway towards the stairwell. Shizune looks like she's about to go nuclear on the spot, so I smile at her in a vain attempt to calm her down. Are you okay, Hee-chan? That Ibarazaki girl is always like that, causing trouble to others. I'm pretty sure Shizune wouldn't call me Hee-chan. Never mind. Yeah, anyway, I'm okay. Just got the wind knocked out of me. That's great, Hee-chan. I wouldn't call that great, but I let it slide this one time. We have to run now. There is an important student council meeting regarding the festival, and we finally decided where to eat. Too bad you can't join. This lunch meeting is only for student council members. We can take you there some other time. The word M and E both together. Emi? What? It's M and E both together. I don't know. Emi. Amy? Okay, whatever. Pronunciations are not my strong suit. We can take you there some other time. Oh, but that'd be like a date, wouldn't it? The girls leave for downstairs. I didn't manage to get me. Oh my god. What even? I didn't manage to get far from the third floor stairwell before all this commotion struck. Literally. I should get going as well. The lunch and afternoon class pass uneventfully. I read most of the book I had started yesterday and eat some of the mostly inedible offerings of the cafeteria. The class is tiresome. The teacher seems like an okay person despite the weird first impression I got, and the material is relatively uninteresting. The chances of surviving an out-of-hospital attack and ever being discharged is 7.6%. Oh, that's very interesting. Cardiovascular trivia. However, the way he teaches is really bizarre, as it's as if he expects that everyone is a natural genius. When the final bell rings, I realize there's still a lot of time left in the day, and I'm left wondering what to do. It's odd, at the hospital I had 24 hours a day of free time, but here, filling the considerably shorter hours feels difficult. Everyone else leaves and I'm left alone with the teacher. Muto is examining the assignment sheets we were working on earlier, marking them with a red ballpoint pen. Raising his eyes from his papers briefly, he notices me and furrows his brow. I think I'll probably end the stream after this scene of Muto. I think my boy, take it a little straining my voice box. The chances of meeting such a wonderful woman are even lower. Facts. Yeah, so that's why we have dating sims. What is that, Nakai? I jump at him, addressing me, but I guess it's natural to spark some conversation since there's no one else around. Nothing. Thinking about what I do after school. The teacher slowly puts the cap on the pen he was holding and arranges his paper into a stack, clacking it against the desk twice. He seems very methodical for a brief moment. I'm reminded of Shizune, but the teacher is more unhurried and relaxed, much more routine. You have no plans? No, I'm considering joining a club, but don't know what kind of club would interest me. Like setting with E, like eh, and putting the M in after Emmy. Go observe a meeting at someone else's club. Might pique your interest. I guess. But I don't know how to continue from there. Muto looks at me in a way that makes me quickly want to take the words back to avoid a conversation. But I can't, so I have to forge ahead. I just don't know how to deal with people, the other students. I'm talking to people and everything, so it's not that I'd be isolated or anything. I just don't know what to think about the disabilities. It feels like I'm being impolite if I pay attention to them, and it's weird to ignore them. Damned if I do, damned if I don't. The teacher scratches his desk absent-mindedly, looking very unresponsive. These things are only an issue if you make them one. You can talk normally with someone, even if they're blind or something. Try to look behind the superficial. There's not a single student here who isn't a normal kid behind whatever they might seem like at first glance. This is the same thing as Yuko did. I know, they're right, but it's hard. How can you consider, for example, Shizune's deafness when the only way to communicate with her is to talk through Misha? Or Hanako, it's not like you can ignore her face. But I'm interrupted by the door of the classroom suddenly slamming open. Teacher. Misha crashes in, hands straight in an enthusiastic greeting, her voice loud and lively enough to wake the dead from their graves. She starts towards the teacher's desk in bouncing step, hands energetically swimming with the rhythm. Muto, visibly dismayed at the interruption of Misha in general, slumps in his chair. The kid whose attack looked retarded. Oh man, I don't think he ever comes back up in any of the routes, and I would hope so. Mikado. Misha stops in her tracks and looks around cluelessly as if she's sensing from his tone that something's wrong but has no idea what. Yes? We've talked about the volume control before. Yes? She doesn't know her voice at all and the teacher just rubs his eyes. So what is it? I need help. We're running out of supplies for the festival stands. This is a distress. She was the pink slip of paper she's holding around. So, get more supplies in the art room. What's the problem with that? Plywood. Plywood is always the problem. Last time we wanted more, there's only a little, but that time we just took it all and went with it. And now there's none left, so do you know where there is some? I don't understand. How would I know? Shichan, I mean, the president thought that a teacher would know if there's plywood. Was she wrong? Muta looked like she's in great pain. This girl's every teacher's nightmare. Muta looks like he's in great pain, frowning with entire essence, and Misha doesn't get it at all. Looking at the two of them communicate is terrible, like looking at a man being tortured by drilling his skull, but blasting pop music at full volume at the same time. I'm afraid I have no idea if there's any plywood in the school, let alone where it would be if there was any. Aw, what should I do? Perhaps try to find Mr. Nomia? I'm sure he would know where to find everything you need. You have to pry them from his cold, dead hands, but that's a different matter. I don't have time, we're so busy. He holds her, she holds her head with both of her hands, looking as despairing as possible from a person like her. Without even noticing, she crumples the note she's holding against her hair. I shouldn't even be fetching these things. There's so much to do, and we're falling behind the schedule. Muta looks at her gravely, then smiles. Smiling doesn't really fit his face. I think it'd be better if he didn't. I wonder if we could get some temporary help. He switches to staring at me focusedly with a hard expression, as if saying, "Go make some new friends." I guess I can give you a hand. You can? Thanks, Hee-chan. You are really nice. She pauses, just a double take, and points at me with her finger. You think, ah! I'm looking very puzzled. Come to think of it, what's Hee-chan doing here? Class is over. You should be having fun. We just had a little chat. Oh no, it's not the tension, is it? Are you in trouble, Hee-chan? No, I'm not. Is Hee-chan in trouble, teacher? No, he is not. Muto sighs deeply, and I feel that I have to help Misha get off of teacher's back. So, what do you need? So you should be fetching it if you took the time to ask where they are. Here's a list. I can try to find the plywood from somewhere, if there's none in the art room.